As I was getting ready this morning to head out to the church office for our staff meeting, I opened up the drawer in our bedroom to get out a t-shirt to wear, and the first t-shirt I saw was this Brazil t-shirt, and I thought, boy, that's a great reminder to wear today and remind me to pray for our Brazil mission trip. We'll be going down in August with our church and building another church building. In fact, our 17th church construction project in Brazil over the last 17 years. And as I pulled that shirt out, this shirt right here, I saw the next shirt right underneath it. And it reminded me of something that applies to what I want to talk to you about today. This is a shirt. Now this is how this shirt came to be. Laura and I were walking through a Target store months and months ago. And I saw this shirt hanging up on a rack, and I pointed it out to her. And if you notice, it says, "I am not arguing with you. I'm just explaining why I'm right." And when I pointed the shirt out to her, she goes, "Oh my gosh, that is so you." And she goes over, grabs the shirt, makes sure she gets it in my big size, and we go to the register and she buys that shirt for me. And time to time, I'll go ahead and humble myself and I'll put that shirt on because she's right. We're in this series, Love Is, explaining what love really is. And Paul David Tripp has written the devotional with these 23 different things, and we're going to do each one over the next several weeks. And the third one was this, that love is making a daily commitment to resist the temptation, to resist the needless moments of conflict that come from pointing out minor offenses. Let me say that again. Love is making a daily commitment to resist the needless moments in our life of conflict that comes from pointing out minor offenses. Maybe you experience this in your relationships, maybe your marriage, but there were many years where Laura and I would occasionally get into an argument. Some might even call it a fight, a verbal duel between one another. And it'll start over something usually just very, very minor, and then it'll escalate, and then pretty soon we're pointing out other things, trying to make our point, and then we're saying hurtful things that we don't really mean, or we say we don't mean, but they come right out of our mouth, and the Bible tells us that what proceeds from the mouth came from the heart, and so there's evil in our heart, and we'll allow just minor offenses. And Paul David Tripp reminds us, he says, don't let those needless moments of conflict even arise. And that takes a daily commitment to doing that. It also takes a daily commitment to remembering what Paul said in 1 Corinthians 13 when he said, love keeps no record of wrong. It keeps no record of offenses. And so I want to challenge all of us today that we would just take this commitment seriously to avoid those needless moments of minor conflict. One of the things that I'm learning to practice in my own life is that it's better to laugh at those moments than it is to argue at those moments. It's better to chuckle with one another over how silly a thing really is than it is to make a big point. Here's the reality. If you pick up an offense, if somebody offends you and you pick that offense up and you hold on to that offense, you hold on to that hurt, that offense will eventually become a resentment. And then in that resentment, it begins to shape your whole attitude and your whole view and your whole perspective of that person and even that person's friends and even those who love that person. It eventually turns to bitterness, and the Bible says in Hebrews that a root of bitterness defiles many, and not to let that grow up in us. So let's remember what love is. Love is patient and kind, but love is also making that daily commitment to resist the needless moments of conflict that come from pointing out minor offenses. It's minor on the minors, major on the majors. God bless you and have a great day.